Hello, hello. Welcome to Inklings with Irena, the weekly energy show connecting you to your intuitive guidance system. And today I want to talk about how to avoid missing important messages. This has been coming up over the last couple of weeks, and I wanted to bring it up here because that to me is a sign if it's coming up with my clients, if it's coming up in common messages and social media, it's my sign to talk about it and share with you. So today, what I want to do is when we talk about these important messages, I want to clarify a little bit. Hello, Murphy. Great to have you. As you guys jump on, let me know if you've ever felt like you've missed an important message or maybe you've caught it. Let me know that too. Give me a little thumbs up if you've caught it. But these important messages, sometimes empaths call them nudges, that feeling to take action somewhere. Something isn't quite sitting right, you can't relax, you get that little prompting, that feeling, that nudge, what I call an inkling, to move. And it's interesting when we look back and we start to analyze and realize there were moments where we didn't pay attention to those feelings. We didn't take action. And I've got a little formula I use to help us clarify, is this a feeling? Is this a nudge or an inkling that I am supposed to pay attention to? Or is this just like Garfield having bad lasagna before bedtime and nightmares, I want to just share this with a story that my client experienced recently. It's a wonderful example of just how our angels, our guides, our friends in high places, the universe, God is looking out for us. So my client recently had moved and she's in a brand new location. She has this beautiful condo in tropical paradise and she's still kind of getting used to the routine. They're updating their home, renovating, and they do a lot of back and forth trips from their car to the house. And they have a little one. So, your arms are full between carrying stuff from Lowe's and little one into the house. And she didn't get to lock her car before she went to bed at night, but she thought, no problem, I'll get it later, later in the night before I go to bed. So anyway, they were doing the renovations on the house. And of course, by the end of the day, they were tired and exhausted. And as she's collapsing into bed and she's starting to drift off into sleep, all of a sudden she gets this sensation, this feeling, like a little nudge. Something's off, something's wrong. And she just is thinking to herself, I am so exhausted. It's already been such a long day already of scrubbing and painting and resurfacing. I just want to go to sleep. My son is finally asleep. Let me get some rest. Next thing you know, her feet start to tingle. And it's that feeling of something's off. So she took a moment to stop and she really tuned in. And she asked, she's like, am I supposed to be paying attention to something? And she ran through the 3 C's that I want to share with you in just a moment. But as she did that, she realized, I forgot to lock the car. And she got up out of bed and she went down and sure enough, the car wasn't locked. And it was one of those moments where the universe was watching out for her. You never know. I mean, her car might have been perfectly fine where it was, or, something might not have been fine. But needless to say, she had friends in high places watching out for her. So these 3 C's that you can use to help you, the first one is clear. When you are getting these little nudgings or promptings, there's a clearness or a clarity. It comes with the foundation of love. It's not fear-based. So even my client who was asleep or falling asleep in her bed, she was getting that feeling something's off. It's kind of like when you have a scratch that you just can't, or an itch, you just can't quite reach and scratch. It just keeps poking at you, which leads me to the second C, which is consistency. These messages are consistent. It doesn't change. It's not like, oh, no, everything's okay. Like, oh, maybe check the back door, or, oh, wait, no, check the windows, or, oh, no, call your friend or text them. It was this feeling of something's off. And when she checked in, she got that little nudging or prompting, ooh, what about the car? She's like, oh yeah, the car, I forgot. So usually when these messages come, they are consistent. And you can always ask, okay, if this is something I need to pay attention to, please give me another sign that it is. If it's the car, pop a car somewhere into my field of awareness. Then the final one is, what did I say so far? All of a sudden I blanked. So clear, consistent, and calm. It is calm that I wanted to share with you. So calm, meaning it's not fear-based. It might have an urgency to it, but it is love-based, and it is also in this calm indoor voice, this very quiet voice that guides you. It's that inner knowing as well. There are aspects of yourself, like my client who was falling asleep in the bed, it was that knowing that she had said to herself earlier in the day, hey, I'll come back and lock this later. So when our angels and guides are working with us, they can use what is in our field of awareness to help us. That remembering of, hey, you forgot to lock the car. So know when you are getting these important nudgings or inklings, run them through the 3 C's. Is it clear? Meaning, is this a message that's coming through with love? It's not some convoluted, crazy labyrinth or passageway that you have to solve. There's a clarity to it. The next part of this is consistency. The message continues to remain the same. Even if it's said slightly differently, the overarching meaning of the message is the same. And then finally, there's a calmness to it. It's not a hysterical voice, that's coming from you, this crazy panic. It might feel like that itch you just can't quite get. It might feel uncomfortable, maybe a tiny bit anxious, but not like it's the end of the world. It is just simply that little nudging to catch your attention. So never miss out on those important messages again when you start to pause, ask, and run through those 3 C's. So thank you all so much for being here with me. If you've had a chance to experience these little nudgings and feelings, let me know in the comments. Inklings, I named this whole show after that because every day we have these experiences with inklings. It's just a matter of tuning in and hearing them or feeling them or seeing them. And then, life becomes quite playful. It becomes this engagement, knowing we're not alone. Even when we do feel alone, we're not. We can always ask for that guidance. We can ask for joy guides to bring us a happy surprise, to lift our spirits, and to help us get reconnected. Because it's only in those moments of disconnect that we lose connection with those inklings. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today. If you are looking for something to help you clear the noise, to really hear and feel and see those inklings, click the link above. I have a wonderful meditation that I love to share. All right, I'll catch y'all on the flip side. Mwah. Bye, guys.